It is Sunday fun day. It's what are we? 20 to 12. Did a little bit of lounging. Gonna play in the shop for a little while. That's not me. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm actually gonna body work the inside panels, because I don't know, they're not terrible looking. So, and I think these are gonna look pretty clean. So what I'm going to experiment right now is, my plan is I'm just going to open this up. I want to push this onto the door and just run a couple screws up it and see how well it fits and whether I need to glue it or not. And if it works out good, cherry. Then we're going to clean up the inside and do a bit of body work, try to get some paint on it. Yeah. Try to do that. Well, at least get the body work done. We'll get some primer and all that jazz going. Try to get the jambs painted and stuff. I think so. I'm gonna rattle can some stuff if I have. I think I'm switching her up to a flat black inside. Oh, sweet. I guess the seats are gray, so it might work. I thought they were blue for some reason. Well, that's cool. So I'll probably do that black. I don't know if I'll redo my dash like the similar tan or a gray. We'll see. I need to want to rattle can something on that. The same original color would be kind of cool, but anyways, let's get started here. Let's try fitting that rubber first. I think overall the experiment's working pretty good. It's got a good tight gap sealed up to it. This is not really for water. I'm just doing this more for the wind, because it doesn't matter how good I do a seal on the outside, wind still seems to blow through it. So this is just a secondary precaution. Cleans up the edge of the door, cleans the gaps up, so we don't end up with like some of these really bigger gaps. If you can see it or not, I don't know, but that just comes with chopping stuff up. They're always never perfect. Well, you could make it perfect, but I'm not going to sit there for days and weeks on end trying to make that perfect for something I don't really care. For myself, I don't care anyways, but so this kind of works out good. We got a little weird stuff in some corners, but that's okay. This should work all the way around, and on this particular door we got just enough weather stripping to make the whole door happen. So I like this. It'll probably get glued on. On the inside we've just run a screw every whatever randomly. That pulls it in, but I think I'll have that set in there, so when I throw some, I'll throw some urethane or something that'll hold these weather stripping in place. So that's all good till we get to about here. Then we can just do a press fit on it, because it's actually got a slot. I was going to make a slot all the way around, but then I realized if we open this up, it just works fine. It's got a nice edge there, and then this sits into the door jamb, which doesn't bother me at all. So, and if I glue it, I can pretty much take all those screws out after. So this is good. Well, I can't say it's the prettiest thing, but it definitely does what I want it to do. All my gaps are good now. Looking the way it's finishing, I think what I am going to end up doing is I maybe will do like a cap that goes on. I'll do it with that coroplast like I normally do, but then at least I can finish the gap up to the roof, and then I can just have some button fasteners to go on. So that way all I got to do is just rattle can this, and I'll just hide it. Don't really want to body work it. I don't want to do anything like super nice either. Like, I just want it to be basic and functional. So whether I wrap that in vinyl, or if I find some black coroplast, I might just use that, put a couple buttons in it, and it'll be fine. Kind of have the look of the original headliner kind of thing. I'm hoping that Dynamat stuff that I got will stick good to the roof and things, so because then I can insulate the roof along with the floor, a couple other panels and things. So this is working good. I'm gonna do this, continue this on all the doors, just so I got all my screw holes in place, and then I'll probably come back and just glue it just so it stays in place. Kind of does what I want it to do. But I got lots of screws. I got all my rubber that I need, so I'm pretty much just gonna go to town. The front doors will be easier because I only got to screw this one part here up to about there, and then it just pinches on like it would factory up into the front part, so that's cool. Well, I got my paint in the jambs, so they're all done. I ended up jetting the back of the cab here and up over and around the header. The dash, I think the upper part of the dash, like I did all that in semi-gloss. I opted out of doing the body work to hide that stuff. I'm actually just going to make a fill panel. It'll be nice. No point hiding what it is. If you pop it off, there you go. Ta-da. No biggie. Like I said, I'm going to do the top of the dash in a gloss. I might do the actual face in a semi again. The doors still need some work, so I'm not too concerned about the dents and things in it. But I do want to grind those down and just fill a little bit along the front of the doors, like here. Other than that, whatever stuff is, it is. But these parts here need a little bit of love, so I'll give them a little bit of attention tomorrow. I got to get some more rattle cans of paint. Both these doors, I realize I haven't finished welding this up, so I want to do that, finish those up. And then, yeah. I was going to blast the whole truck, but most of this stuff doesn't seem so terrible. Needs a little bit of work here yet. I'm just going to hit her with the orbital and just see what happens. See how, yeah, I don't know. Let's find out. We're going to sand some of this stuff down. Maybe I don't have to blast the whole truck. But I'll experiment for a little bit. Hit her with some 240 and see what happens here. Well, that's not too shoddy. This needs to be feathered out a little more, but other than the big old dent over here we got to work out. Hood's got some weirdness. Well, the sides are okay. Up here there's been some body work. I'm trying to refrain from trying to flake it off, but it might happen. I don't know if I really want mud on there. Might hammer it out as straight as we can get, and that'll be her. Huh. I don't know. Won't be too bad. You see, a little bit of feathering out, but going for the rough to look anyways, so I guess I'll keep petering out a little panel a little bit at a time here. Anything major that we have to address we'll touch, but for the most part we'll keep her in the rough look. Anyways, I think that's it. Gonna be early tonight. Gonna go in, watch a movie or something. Till tomorrow. So sat and thought about it last night, and I think what my plan is I'm actually going to cut that whole center section out, and I'm going to make a new piece for both of these, and then just leave it nice and clean, like steel all the way to the top, instead of making a cap. That way I just got to do a small filler up on top. We'll deal with that when it comes, whether I figure out a headliner or something for it. But so I'm just going to measure this up, do a big old slice, and just make a solid piece that I stitch on either side that I can hide behind the trim. And then we'll figure out what we're doing on the top sills after. So for now, just gonna cut this thing all apart. Well, we got that all in place now. Just need to do a little bit of body work up on these bits. And most of this should be covered, so I might do a little bit here. But all of this should be covered with the molding now. This I'm not welding solid because, well, the panels were spot welded on in the first place. So I didn't do a butt weld, I just did an overlap, like a lap weld. So you've seen that I cut the center section out. So now we got a smooth transition piece. I left it a little tall up here because everybody's been at me with this brace. The roof doesn't actually really need it. It's plenty strong. But I might put it in there just for if I do come up with a headliner or do something, I have somewhere to screw it or fasten it to somehow. So I'm going to basically glue this to the roof. I'm going to attach it to these edges here. And then I'll just figure out a way to, and then I'll just trim this. I don't know where it's going to go yet, so that's why I haven't trimmed these off. I know it's going to come up pretty close up to where my air horn is. So now I got to basically do the same thing to this side. Just going to scab it out and do the same business. So now I got both sides done. I got this side, this side. I gotta do a bit of body work up here. Just a hair bit in the corners. The rubber stripping should cover all of this, so pretty much just jet some paint on it. That's the only nice part of Rattle can, because now I just blow it back in and it's cheery. I'm kind of done for now. I think the next thing to do is possibly this doodad. I gotta figure out how I'm doing it. Then I'm just gonna put some sealer on there, and then yeah, because it should just hit these corners and it should be golden. Should test fit that first and see how it goes. Let me see if I can get this to test fit. I might just put some foam on here, that way I can press it up against the roof and then zap it into the corners there. But I gotta cut this chunk off because I want it to come in flush up into the horn here. So let's see what happens. So I've added some foam so I can get a good press against the roof here. Now that's pretty much where I'm gonna set it. I'm just gonna measure in to see if, make sure I got them square side to side, and then I'm just gonna put some pressure on it and tack them in place. So let me get that done and I'll show you what she looks like. Well, it won't look any different other than it's gonna have some welds on it. Cool. So we got a roof brace, which doesn't fully fit the way it used to, but it is in there. So I did some foam on there, so that's holding that up. That's golden. Zapped in. Now I'm going to trim the tops because there's very sharp edges there, and I'm just going to blend them up into that piece. I might make a filler just to do to the top now, not out of steel, just some plastic or something like that up. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But we'll get some sound deadening on the roof, we'll get it on the floor, stuff like that. Hopefully it'll be in tomorrow or something, so I can sort of start on that. I got to do some body work. I'm going to do a little bit of body work up on top now. I'm going to do some body work around the front, these windows back here, this one and this one. Just a little, nothing major. Fix the front windows. I gotta fix this one yet, still weld it, and I gotta do the same to the other side. All it is, I did a relief cut because these doors were kinked and I can't bend them back by hand, so I just did a relief cut, pulled the door down, did a tack weld. Now they fit better. That one I haven't done yet, so I gotta do the same thing to it. This one I might have to do that weld. When the door is closed, you can see this gap, just to get it a little bit. Well, it's not terrible. Kind of matched the bottom here, so meh. We'll see how that one goes, if I touch it yet or not. Yeah. Back in the shop. It's not too late. I want to at least tonight get to finish my night off here. I basically want to sand this stuff down and get some body work on here, and then possibly on the head parts, like the top parts of these things as well. So I'd like to do that, get this one body worked, this ground quick, a little bit of body work, nothing much because the rest of the door just looks slaughtered anyways. But this one, I've tried the board in here. Somebody suggested the rag thing, but the door is just too dang stiff. I can't get it to pull back. It's not terrible after I've done that post, but I'd like to get it a little bit tighter. So, because I did the other side, I'm gonna just take a quick slit with the zip cut, and then I can pull it back, tack it, or weld it. I'm gonna tack it, weld it, blah blah blah. So do this, do the same. Well, the other side's done. I just gotta finish welding it, and then yeah, hit the rough stuff up with the orbital and schlock some mud on it, and then I think I will call it a night. I will do the sanding on it tomorrow. So I'm just gonna get started, start doing a slice. Okay, we got Bondo and fiberglass on into that header panel up there, around our doors, all that stuff. Gonna let her dry. I'll tackle all of it tomorrow. For now, gonna call her done. So I think that's where I'm gonna leave this one until tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure. I'm kind of back to my regular programming now. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Later.